Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. With all the talk recently in the XRP community, some expressing some concerns about, developer activity on the XRP ledger. Is a sufficient quantity? Are there a sufficient quantity of projects being built? I've said my piece on that mostly. Worth noting here, it's not always about quantity anyway. It's also about quality. But setting that aside, who does think that the XRP ledger makes sense? It's Google, because Google just funded an XRP ledger project to the tune of $200,000. And these people at Google, they are not idiots, okay? So if they thought there was some sort of inherent problem with XRP or the XRP ledger, they sure as hell would not be throwing 200 grand. And I understand that to them, that's, a rounding error. I understand to them that's nothing, but it's a big, they're not just going to waste the money is the point. They think that this makes sense and it's a good use of funds for this project on the XRP ledger. And it's none other than XP Market. So more on that in just a second. But then there's also this headline. Take a look at this from you today. XRP slammed by Max Kaiser as made to steal billions from fools. So there you go. We're all a bunch of idiots. We're just getting scammed to the tune of billions. And apparently even Google's now been duped because it's really just some big Ponzi scheme, right? That's been around for over a decade, and nobody found it out, not even after an SEC investigation was any sort of fraud even alleged. And if there were some, the SEC would have been happy to tout that. But still, is what it is. And also, and this is cool, I don't know if this is going to happen, but you guys remember the XRP Tipbot? Well, there's talk from the creator that perhaps it will be coming back, which I would love to see. But anyway, before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so XP Market. This is their X page right here, and they describe themselves in the bio as follows. XP Market is an exciting XRP ledger platform blending GameFi and DeFi, simplifying how you trade and manage digital assets and collectibles. And so I think that they're pretty well known within the XRP community at this particular juncture in time, and they had some good news to share with us just this morning. Take a look at this from XP Market. Big news. XP Market has secured a whopping $200,000 grant from Google for startups. This funding will supercharge our efforts and help us innovate faster than ever. Thank you, Google, for believing in our vision. And again, folks, they're not just going to throw money around for the hell of it. Not like there is an actual vetting process. And if you think they don't know what XRP and the XRP ledger is, well, then you're naive. Of course they do. And they understand that this is built on top of that. And XRP is required for all of this to exist. You'll love to see it. And so then there was also this post, because technically what they wrote here, and I'm not 100% familiar with the way that this is structured. So the way that the funds are going to be dispersed, it's through something called Google Cloud Credits. But even so, that doesn't matter. It's still a $2,000 figure that is being invested into this actual XRP ledger project. So here, I'll read this. This is what Google actually sent to XP Market. They wrote, welcome to the Google for Startups Cloud program. As a member with Web3 benefits, your company will get the technology, community, and resources that you need to focus on innovation over infrastructure as you build your next decentralized app, Web3 tooling, services, and more. You can start exploring all the additional Web3 benefits we offer as part of the Google for Startups Cloud program. We're pleased to offer your startup up to $200,000 United States dollars in Google Cloud credits. So as far as I'm concerned, it just seems like that's just part of the, the fine print. Effectively, it's the way in which the funds are dispersed. And so, here we go. It's this tab, I think. Yeah, there we go. So somebody named Ripple Van Winkle in our community wrote, this is for cloud credits. I'm definitely interested in what you will be using them for. And XP Market responded, although XRP ledger projects are usually called UI projects, XP Market does not fit this description because, first and foremost, we are an analytical platform. Currently, the entire system runs on 5 different powerful dedicated servers, and we receive quite large bills from OpenAI for data processing. Therefore, Google's help is very significant for us. We will not only save a lot of money, but it also unlocks many opportunities for experimentation, and we really love that. So, congratulations to XP Market. I think it's a cool as hell story. And if you're an XRP holder, it's just one more thing you can look and be like, yeah, of course the XRP ledger makes sense. Duh. But there are some people that do not get it. Or even if they do get it, they pretend that they don't because they've got really heavy Bitcoin bags. That would be my guess anyway. The headline here from you today, XRP slammed by Max Kaiser as made to steal billions from fools. And I would argue that although Max Kaiser is one of the most well-known and famous figures in all of crypto, he's also among the most intellectually dishonest. I can't stand it. I know he's saying stuff that he knows isn't true. He consistently does it. Everything's bad. Everything's a scam unless it's Bitcoin. We don't need a progressive. We've reached the pinnacle of blockchain success. We don't need anything else. Smart contracts, we don't need that crap. Unless you can magically build it as a layer 2 solution. But Max Kaiser's perspective is Bitcoin or bust, that's it. That's completely insane. This will never be a one-chain world. Never, 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 ever. And the last 15 years have proven that, obviously. Because there are things that Bitcoin, with Bitcoin being the least technologically advanced crypto there are a lot of things that Bitcoin can't do. It just had first mover advantage. Duh. But here's what Max Kaiser had to say to his followers. He's got 582,000 followers. He's just lying to people and saying a bunch of nonsense and ripping on John Deaton. What the hell is that? Completely ridiculous. John Deaton's pro-crypto in general, but that includes Bitcoin. Anyway, here's what this idiot said here. XRP will continue trending to zero against Bitcoin. Bitcoin is perfect money sent by God to un-F-word our money. XRP is dog S-word, pooped out by Brad to steal billions from witless fools like John Deaton. So there you go, John Deaton, he's claimed to be a witless fool. That means that I am, and you listening, we're all a bunch of fools. This is going to age like a fine milk. And again, like I said a few minutes ago, you know who else disagrees with that, Max Kaiser? Google, to the tune of 200 grand for one individual project, for just one project. How about that? All right, so you guys remember the XRP Tipbot, don't you? It was created in 2017. I think it was at the end of 2017 because I remember a conversation. I think it was between Tiffany Hayden and Weetse Wind. And I remember that there was a suggestion that this be created because there was a project like that. But I'm pulling from memory. This goes back, over 6 years. But there is either this exact project, something similar. Well, not this exact project, but something that did the same thing for a different social media platform, or maybe it was for a different asset. I can't remember. I thought it was for XRP, but again, this goes way back. But the XRP Tipbot, for those of you not in the know, it allowed you, when you're on Twitter, to actually, with just typing whatever the line of, it's not even code, you just have to type a specific phrase, which is very short, and you can give your XRP to whoever you want to. So if somebody typed up a valuable thread, for example, and you really wanted to show your appreciation, you could say thank you, and then you tip them, and you could give them a few XRP. And I remember the max being 5 XRP. I guess they want to make sure you don't fat finger it and then actually give like something absurd like 50,000 or something, if you have that. So there was a cap if memory serves, but it was neat. And so people are doing, I received tips, I gave tips. It was a fun environment. That all came to an end, unfortunately. Here's a post from Weetse Wind, who created this, of XRP Labs. May 14th, 2020, XRP Tipbot important message, action required. And unfortunately, this was the news that he was shutting down XRP Tipbot. Not because it wasn't a wild success, it was. I'm not going to read all the specifics just for the sake of time, but if you want to pause here, I'll scroll to the bottom just so you guys can actually, if you want to pause and read this, you can. Wildly successful. But what happened was regulatory change where he lives, which is the Netherlands, right? Yeah, Netherlands. And so as a result of a change in legislation, there are all sorts of cost barriers, let's say, associated with continuing to run this. And so he made the painful decision to basically just shut it down. So that's what we thought was going to happen. And it was saved, but in a little bit of a different form. Here's another headline. It's from Ethereum World News. XRP Tipbot users need an Uphold account to continue using the service. And so Weetse Wind worked with cryptocurrency exchange Uphold, which has always been incredibly pro-XRP, and they saved the XRP Tipbot. But you did need to have an Uphold account, so there was some extra friction there. It wasn't quite as clean to use. But all the credit in the world to Uphold for jumping in and taking that over, because it wasn't going to happen otherwise. So it's better to have that than nothing. And I can't remember how it ultimately came to its demise. It might have been that Twitter just straight up shut it down after that. But that's a little bit of the background here. But this could be coming back. It could be coming back, and I would absolutely love to see this. And so here's a post from Wietse Wind. This is a poll. He said, getting expensive commercial API access from Twitter to bring back the XRP Tipbot, this time fully self-custodial. Monthly $2 subscription for users to cover the API costs. And then you can vote yep or nope. So if you vote yep, you got my $2. This is just, he's taking temperature of the room basically, or nope, pain kills it. And it's fairly divided here. So 58.7% of respondents said, yeah, $2 a month for XRP Tipbot, sign me up. Then 41.3% said, nope, pain kills it. So as far as the amount of actual usage, it's going to be substantially diminished, even if there's a 10 cent per month, because there's extra friction. And if you're talking about $2, I know it's not a lot of money, but still, I'm concerned if that's the case, but I voted yes, you got my $2, because that might be the only way that this actually happens. So like me on a personal level, I'm all in. I would love to have this thing back. I'm just concerned. I do share the concern from many others that it would be, and again, I know it's only $2, not a big deal, but I think it will result in a lot of people just not being willing to move forward with it. So we'll see here. And then there was a suggestion, okay, why not just, instead of having a monthly charge, why not just have a transaction fee associated with this? Which sounds like a great idea on the surface, right? Well, unfortunately, that won't work. Somebody named Saber wrote to Wietse Wind and said, definitely, but what if you include the cost per transaction instead of a monthly subscription? And here's the reason Wietse Wind says that can't happen. Per transaction, there would be constant uncertainty if the tip volume would be sufficient to pay Twitter. Twitter charges per month as well, not per API call. Worse, it would give us an incentive to increase tip volume, and thus, if used for nefarious activities, we profit from that. That's a risk. So, I suppose that means if there's some sort of fundamental change, the way that Twitter charges, now known as X, of course, that could change things. And as technology advances and things are getting much closer to, real-time settlement finality, which is already a reality with the XRP ledger, I could see something like that working. In the meantime, I want to see this come back. There are people like me who would absolutely use this for $2 a month. I mean, come on, yeah, absolutely. I am concerned about the degree to which it's going to be a turnoff for folks, though. And you can already see a lot of people, 41.3%, that's not a small percentage, saying nope. And the sample size is reasonable. It's over 1,000 votes, and there's still 6 days left on this, but once you start to get to 1,000 votes, that's a reasonable enough sample size that I don't think it's going to change a whole lot by the end of the 6 days that are remaining. So we'll see. But either way, I just thought it was a cool story, and it would be awesome to see this back. But there's all sorts of people building real things on the XRP ledger. It's an actual thing, and it keeps going in that direction. So that's why when dumbasses like Max Kaiser say stupid-ass things, facepalm, eye roll, audible sigh, and I'm going to highlight it so that we can all just point and laugh. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.